I want to note. Are we still muted?
We were muted for some
I was
reason.
talking so good.
Sorry.
Oh, I was doing good.
I pushed the button. You saw me push the button.
I don't trust the blinky light. I am technology me.
That was good. I bet that was really entertaining for them because you talk with your hands. So you're.
And they're like, and the giraffe was no. I am very talkative with my hands. Going
She was
back.
talking about chickens. No.
Oh gosh. Welcome to WRME Live, where I hope you have sound.
Nobody commented and said we didn't have sound.
That's because you're like, let the train wreck happen. Let the train wreck happen.
Thanks. Y'all were entertaining. Y'all were like, this is funny.
Okay.
It's probably Carl watching. Do you let him
maybe,
watch? And
maybe.
he's over there sitting there laughing.
It has to be from her Facebook, though, because he is on
That's
a
why I
jitterbug
said-
phone.
That's what I said. She's letting him watch, and he's sitting there laughing.
Okay. Point being, welcome to WRME Live. The topic is the next home financing. The traditional template is you have a house, you sell it, and you take the equity, the difference between what is owed and what it's worth, and apply it to buying your next home, whether upgrading or downgrading. What often gets kind of missed is the different levels there are to it, such as not everyone's going to have enough equity from selling house A to own outright house B.
Or you might not have as much as you thought for a down payment or closing costs or whatever. Because even though we tell you what the market shows us, doesn't mean that's what it is going to sell for. It doesn't mean they're not going to ask for closing costs or some closing costs or whatever.
So let's start with on a personal level. Sometimes you don't have the personal option to list that house and have it sold and have a double closing where you sell one house and then own the other one at the same closing. We've had recently where someone had to hold their first house for a while because of their husband's health. They had to move into house B, get settled in there before they could finish fixing up house A and put it on the market. That's something that was the best solution for the seller.
But that also means you definitely got to talk to your lender because you might not qualify for 2 mortgages because technically you would have 2 mortgages at that point. Mm-hmm. So that's very important to talk to your lender while making or trying to decide what the best option is for you.
Mm-hmm. And then there's more unique situations like they don't think they have enough equity or they think the house is in too rough a condition. Some are small things that when you get with your realtor, they can go, yeah, this is maybe something around here, or you can hire a handyman to do the big things, and we just wait for the TR, the treatment, repair, and replacement form to do anything that is major or important to the buyer.
Or we can say, we understand you can't fix it, so because of that, we need to price it in this range because of these things.
Yep, assuming they can do that. Now, on a sub note, if you don't think you can do any of those things, but you know that because of your life you really need to move, whether you have to upgrade because you're expecting your 7th child or you're about to move across state and you need to downgrade, we do have a division for that. It's called Main Edge Solutions. Yes. And we don't just wholesale it and we don't just short sale it.
And short sale is a bank thing. So.
Yeah, that's a bank thing, and it's not a short process. It's the bank agreeing to accept less. Main Edge Solutions specifically helps find quirky, unique solutions that aren't really out there for most people. We don't heavily promote it because a good percentage of people can either sell outright or they need to just short sale.
But they can also, what they do that other places don't, it's not just they buy houses. We buy any house. We go in and we assess the situation. So somebody will go in, they'll look at the house, make notes of the problems or what they see that is an issue, run numbers, have you get with your bank to see what you owe, and then from there, help you make the right decision for you, which might be a short sell.
It is an advisory company. They help get all the data together, which includes running a title commitment because you never know if there's like a hidden mechanic lien. And we run it and go, okay, the total debt on the property is X.
Right.
And to Y, here are the options. And I really can't even put the options in a can because they're so unique and varying per client.
Right.
But if you or someone you know thinks they're going to have a situation like that, you're welcome to call that number and ask for Christine. And that is me. I specialize in distressed properties. I hate short sales, and I found a way to work around it with the expertise of Carl on helping build that company. This was his dream, and he's just working with my forte to kind of get it rolling.
We, by all means, hope you don't have to go that option.
Yes.
We want to not see anybody have to go through a short sale or a foreclosure.
Yeah.
But, we can't always guarantee that, but we are going to be upfront with you. So,
assuming we're not in the special circumstance,
Right.
you now know there's an option if you ever get to that point. Call the number, ask for me. But in a normal situation, you still got to get a loan to buy that house.
right.
There are so many different loan types available, especially if you have equity to work with. I'm thinking of Dan Pereira with, is it Union City?
Union Home.
Union Home. He has some very unique options compared to some other lenders. I'm kind of behind the times. I'm keeping up with all the lenders. But for instance, he'll run the numbers and go, okay, how about we increase your mortgage payment by $50, but your term of your loan is 20 years instead of 30.
Right.
He'll run the numbers that way. Many lenders will still do like, okay, how about we save up a little bit more or sell your house first and take the equity so we can do a 10% down on this house. And that way you don't have to worry about your PMI, which is principal mortgage insurance, if I'm correct.
Right. And I know some lenders have, most of them do, but they know programs to help with down payment assistance. Right now, sometimes first responders, some medical fields, teachers, military. There's options out there for different industries to help too with assistance to buy a house. So make sure you ask about that.
Yes. There are lots of options out there. And so no matter if you're excited about selling, you still need to get qualified unless you have more than enough cash equity to do something like that. Most people I know, probably about 99% of them, don't have $150,000 to go buy an average priced house.
But even if you're using the equity of the current house you have, you're still going to have upfront costs for the purchase. Home inspection, termites, earnest
Appraisal.
money, stuff like that. So don't think you can just walk from one into the other without any money up front.
We bought the house, and then we take everything we learned about buying said house, and we put it in a box, and then we go live our lives. And if we weren't living in real estate every day, it wouldn't be as easy to remember, oh, I needed to have $500 for that appraisal and home inspections. And I'm kind of curious about the square footage. How much is a square footage inspection or a measuring service to come out? Because that could affect how you make an offer or just on your TRR, the treatment, repair, and replacement form. And it's get with your realtor, see what your options are, but also get with a lender to see what your options are there. And if saving up a little bit more so you can have a much better loan situation, or selling that house and breaking even and then starting anew through that lender with a down payment assistance program. There's so many options out there, but until you talk to them and give them the God honest truth, they don't know.
Moral of the story, talk to your lender, talk to a realtor. Two things you need to do when trying to decide to buy and sell. Or just buy. Or just sell. Who knows? I mean, there's all kinds. You might need to buy and go into a retirement community. Or you're buying and moving to Florida to a retirement community.
Or just downsizing because your kids all moved to Tahlequah. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to go be where my kids are. I found a 2-bedroom apartment and it's all utilities paid. I'm thrilled. Right. But I need to sell my house and get as much equity out of it so I can live comfortably in this stinking cheap apartment in proximity to my great-grands. If I had great-grands, if the Lord blesses me with great-grands, I am going to be
that would
so
be a
thrilled.
long time for you.
No rush, Cord. My daughter would be the one. She wants to be a mom so bad. And I'm just like, wait, child, you have time.
It'll change again, and then it'll change, and then it'll change.
Yeah, she's already married and unmarried, and her brain a couple of kids from church.
What you want to do when you grow up?
Most
changed
people
for me a lot of times, and then I finally figured it out.
It is fascinating. If you ask almost anyone, what do you want to be when you grow up? Almost everyone would go, well, I knew it wasn't going to be an insurance adjuster. Or I knew it wasn't going to be a whatever I am currently doing, but it is what it is.
Right.
Some people are like, I'm going to be a teacher, and they became a teacher, cardiologist, things like that. But most people don't. That's just life. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please message or email us, and we'll do our best to assist in any capacity. Is there anything I need to mention before I forget? I know we're working on Western Days.
Wow, that's September, but yeah.
Western
we'll
Days is...
update y'all as we go.
Yeah, Western Days might happen. There
It's
are
going to
meetings.
happen. Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts.
We have high hopes for Western Days.
I'm having withdrawals from Chuckwagon food.
I'm glad you can eat their food. I can't eat much anymore.
They feed me. I gained 10 pounds that weekend because they're like, here, have this. Sure, try this. Oh, here, we made this. And I'm like, okay. And I
Are you sure it wasn't from the sweat in your clothes from being out in the freaking heat?
No, it was, I should have sweated it all off. But they're like, they'll make something and I'll be like, oh, yeah.
Can I try that? Wonderful. Or more realistically, you need to try this.
Oh, here,
you need
we
to try
have some
this.
left over. We'll heat it up for you. Okay.
It's hard to argue unless you're me and I can't eat it anyways. Point being, I'm a sad sack. Let's
I eat
move
it for
on.
you that weekend.
Yeah, oh yeah, she eats like, and that's how, I gained 5 of those pounds through her. Okay, but thank you guys for joining us. Let us know if there's any comments or questions or concerns or anything we can answer. Maybe you can have next week's topic.
Say hi.
Or just say hi. We like saying hi. In the meantime, this is Weichert Realtors Main Edge, where we do real life, real world real estate every day.
Bye, guys.